Hello folks, thank you for joining us here, Parkgate Leisure. Please give us a thumbs up if you like our video or find it useful. Send us messages if you've got any questions. Subscribe if you want more videos of this, like this, to come your way. Today's is a handover video of a Swift Escape. This is a 686 model. So we're just going to be going through some of the basic operations for a van like this. And as we walk round it, the first thing we come to is the cassette. So, little lever at the bottom there, look. That releases it. Pull the cassette right out. Off your toddle, find somewhere to empty it. Unscrew that. As you're tipping, there is a button at the back there that you can press to release the pressure and allow the contents to flow freely. When you're done, bring it back. Make sure it's locked in properly. If it's not, then what should be going in it might run down the side of it, which is pretty unpleasant to deal with. Next locker along here, we've got your leisure battery. So the electric hookup goes in there. The cable is fed here, so that when you close it, the cable's popping out the bottom, not allowing water to get in here. There is also a TV aerial in there, so if you're on a fancy super pitch with aerial hookup to the pitch, you can wire that in there for your TV. This here is your exhaust for the hot water boiler. So you take that cover off when you are on, or when you're using the van. Really just put it back on when it's storage time. Fresh water goes in there. Need a hose pipe, watering can, whatever to fill that up. Just down here, this tap, that is your waste water outlet. So that is grey water from your showers, sinks, nothing horrible. Gas locker. So doesn't look particularly big, the gas locker, but it's bigger inside than it is out, so plenty of room there for 2 bottles. Bulkhead regulator, pipes in there as well, and your fuel filler is just round here. God, that's filthy. It's driving it from the garage. Step. There is a step tucked away under there, but it is just a manual. It says, yeah, it's just a manual pull out and push in step. Excuse me. So climbing aboard, 3-burner hob and oven. I'm sure you'll manage to operate those. We'll deal with this control panel first of all. So really simple this. You've got a power button to turn it on and off. The water pump will run the taps for the water. Now it's a pressure system on these, so that water pump will just keep running until it reaches a certain pressure. So if you've got a leak on your system somewhere, or one of your drain valves is open, that will just keep on pumping till it dumps all the water. Then it'll keep pumping till it burns the pump out. So do be aware of that. When you first fill the van and shut the drain valve, it will take a little while pumping water just to reach pressure in the system, and also to fill your boiler. On this van, leisure battery is selected at the minute. You can choose which battery you're going to run the vehicle or the inside of the van on. Obviously, running on the vehicle battery, you run the risk of getting a flat battery, but if you were to get up and everything was absolutely flat, you might want to flick it across the vehicle battery just to run a sink of water or something. Obviously put it back onto leisure battery as soon as you've run the engine, and that's charged your leisure batteries up a bit. That's your awning light, that's your interior lights on and off, and that tells you your levels. So it looks a complicated panel, but it really isn't. So moving down to your fridge. Over on this side we've got a selector. That's gas, running the fridge on gas. That is a battery. It's difficult to look at the screen and that at the same time. So that's a symbol of a plug. So that is running on mains hookup. This one here is a symbol for a battery. It won't actually run from a battery, but it will run from a 12-volt supply provided by the engine. So it will only run on 12 volts when the engine is running. And over on this side, you've got your temperature setting and an indicator for when the gas is lit. when you put it on gas, you do need to hold that in to purge the gas through, and see that little level go up there to tell you that it's actually ignited. So there you go, very simple on the fridge. There is a little catch here, tucked away under there. There you go, look, a little, that pops out, pops in there, and that holds your fridge open when not in use, so that your fridge doesn't get all smelly. Moving down here to the heating. Okay, so we've got a physical gas fire in this van, easy enough. Spin this gas one round, hold it down to purge the gas through, and that will light it. That will be your fire running on gas. Over on the other side here is your blown air system. So you can select manual or auto for that, and this will control the speed of the fan. You can probably hear it. Yep, that will pull the air off the back of this heater and blow it out of these various little vents. That one there, and there are some more tucked away under here. Also one in the bathroom, one there too. So that will help distribute the heat around the van. It is quite a long van, so that will make quite a difference. Now you do have the option with this heater to run it, to supply the heat to it with electric. So this little dial here, you've got 500 watts, 1000 watts and 2000 watts. So you would select that accordingly. Obviously only going to work when the mains are plugged in, and that's more like a room, or that is a room thermostat. So that will provide electric heat in the back of this fire. So again, you could just run that on electric. Don't have to have the blown air on, but I would suggest you do. You can run it on both electric and gas. If you get in the van it's freezing, get that whacked on both. Once it's up to temperature, probably drop it off gas and just run it on electric, as you're probably not paying for the electric. It's normally, you know, a set price for it. So moving towards the back of the van, it looks a bit like it's been burgled, but there's a reason I've pulled these seats up. We've got the fresh water tank down here. I've opened the lid to show you that inside there is a little chain, quite difficult to see, but inside there is a chain with a plug at the bottom, and you pull that plug out to dump the water out of your tank. So winter time or storage time, get that drained, get that open, get all of your taps open, get your water pump turned off, and let all the water drain out of the system. On this side you've got your hot water boiler. It's a 10 litre boiler on this, so quite a good size, and this here's your drain valve for that. So that will be closed, that'll dump the water, that'll also be closed. So have that open, dump the water out your boiler. If that freezes up, you're looking at a hefty bill to replace one of those, so don't let that happen. And just down here is your controls for the hot water. You can see there's an outer ring that moves for on and off, and that's your temperature setting for your water temperature. I would suggest 40's pretty much ample for most uses. In theory, if you're going to run a shower, you might want to get the water hotter, and by the time you've blended it with cold, you've got quite a long shower. Your battery charger module down there, don't really need to do anything with that. Can be handy to know where it is. There's your spare, your second table and your table leg. They just pop in here. But I think we've covered everything on the operations of this van. Not particularly complicated, but easy to get things wrong. So there you go, enjoy your van. Check out more at Parkgate Leisure.